341. Today we're outside looking at this half frozen over pond. Starting from a concept from chapter 1, we're going to define the system. We're going to define the system as the water inside of this pond, and the boundary is going to be the shore around it and the bottom of the pond. And this pond is an example of an open system because there's a transfer of energy and mass. Example being, in the summer when it gets really hot outside, it's going to lose mass from evaporation, and there's going to be a change in energy. Like right now it's losing energy due to the cold air. Going on to chapter 2, we're going to talk about a heat transfer. So if I were to go down there right now and put my hand on the cold ice, it would be an example of conduction, as heat would be transferred from my hotter hand to the cooler ice. Heat can only transfer from a warmer body to a colder body, and is conduction as I'm physically touching the ice. Moving on to chapter 3, I'm going to discuss phases. This pond can exist in all different phases. Right now we're going to call it solid, as it's forming into ice. And in the summer it's going to be a liquid, obviously, as it's just water. And it's a little bit of a stretch, but it does form into gas when some of it evaporates in the summer. So this has all 3 phases in it. Or I should say 3 of the 4 phases. Going on to chapter 4, this is a transient system, as it changes with time. As I mentioned a little earlier, depending on the time of year, it's either going to be losing mass due to evaporation, or it'll be gaining mass when it snows or when it rains and mass is being added to the system. The last concept I'm going to talk about is from chapter 5, and that is there's some irreversibilities present within the system. In the summer, there's going to be algae growing in the pond, and the algae is going to be converting CO2 and energy from the sun into oxygen. And you're never going to be able to go from oxygen and get the energy from the sun back, and you're just not going to be able to reverse the process the pond went through. So those are 5 concepts from each chapter. Thank you for watching.